My favorite part about being a guide is definitely being with the people. We get to meet people from all over the world that have different backgrounds, different passions, while showing them something that they've never seen before.
I found out about river guiding actually from a family friend of ours who used to do it years ago, and she said it was probably the best job she's ever had in her life, and she'll never find a better job than that. So I looked into it and I applied. My oldest brother had actually been working here for 3 years by then, and he said, you can play an instrument, you'll have the better luck of getting in because you'll be able to entertain people more. So I wrote down my application that I could play ukulele, then I ordered it that night and I learned how to play for my interview. But now I play ukulele and guitar, so it all worked out. I feel very blessed and very lucky to have this job.
When you're on a Western River trip, it's pretty obvious from the moment we greet the guests. It's a very different feel.
You know, you look at Western guides, and we look different. We tend to be clean cut.
You can pick out a Western River guide very quickly from the rest of the river guides out there.
To be a Western River guide means that you hold yourself to a certain standard. We work hard, we play hard, but at the same time we're very professional.
One of the favorite parts for me being a guide is just doing what I love. It's being able to take people through the bottom of Grand Canyon and show them one of the 7 natural wonders of the world, and I love it.
Being a Western River guide, I guess it encompasses a lot of things. We have so many different jobs that we do within just that one title of a Western River guide. I think more than anything, it's about taking people to a beautiful place and showing them a great experience, being professional yet fun.
I think you can look at what makes Western River different from every level of the company, from the guide all the way to the owners.
We all learn from the other river guides that this is Western's way, and this is how we take care of our guests. And you know, you go out of your way and you do whatever you can to make sure that they are having a good trip.
It teaches you a work ethic that I don't think you get anywhere else.
There's always a person who seems to go above and beyond. That's an incredible trait to have, to always be looking around for what needs to be done and how you can use your talents and skills and abilities to make things better for everyone.
Being a guide to me is being someone that people can rely on, being someone that they can put their trust in. I think my very favorite part about being a river guide is the people that I get to meet. It's making sure that people have a really good time, making sure that their emotional needs are taken care of as well as their physical needs.
You know, I work with great people on the river, and while they're off on the off season, you know, they're nurses, they're paramedics, they're ski patrollers, they're lawyers, they're accountants.
We're all misfits. we're like the toys on Misfit Island, but we all get along well together. You know, the bottom line is we have a pretty fun job. It's stressful at times, it's a lot of work, but the people we work with is what makes it. You know, you can do any job in the world if you enjoy who you're working with. And to be able to work with friends and family and guys that you know have your back when it's needed is pretty rare these days.
These are people that can do anything from cooking to river safety, but overall just incredible people.
I think my favorite part about being a river guide is watching people the very first day when they show up. They have this idea of what their river trip should be. It is not anything like what they expected. Unless they've been on a trip before, it just doesn't quite make sense to them until they get down there. And you know, they show up off the plane and they're just wandering around. You can see that progression over 2 or 3 or 4 days, however long, you know, their trip is, however long it takes them. They just loosen up, relax. They're all of a sudden looking around, enjoying what's going on around them. I think that's unbelievable to just be able to watch that.
Western's really passionate about giving people the best experience possible, where you get family members together that typically can't have 6 days together or 5 days together, or even 1 day together as a family, and try to make that the best experience that they can have.
Some of my favorite moments on a trip is when I'm sitting in the back just watching. You know, a lot of times it's kind of loud back there in the motor and I have my earplugs in and I'm just watching, and I see people just watching the canyon, and that they can kind of find that peace and quiet that so few of us get in our everyday lives.
One of the sweetest experiences in life is having personal interactions with people. I think it stretches you There's always, new challenges, new adventures and experiences, and there's always a lot of room for growth.
First day of my life rowing, and I'm rowing 13 miles. My hands were blistered, everything, it just hurts. And seriously, it was one of the best experiences of my life. I am so grateful to have had that experience. I want people to know that they can trust me and that I will do my best to give them the best trip.
You know, I didn't really have any river experience before I started working for Western, and it's really opened my eyes to a whole new world of excitement and getting to be places that you would never be otherwise.
My favorite part about being a guide is knowing what's around the corner and seeing people experiencing that for their first time. I think that's fantastic.
My favorite part of being a river guide is the adventure. It says Western River Expeditions on the side of our boat, and it's not a tour and it's not a cruise, it's an expedition, and there's a lot of adventure associated with expeditions.
I think we all really like doing all the hikes, and we really like going to all the spots, and we really like to be down there. I think that comes through in how we interact with our guests, and that we hire people that are really interested in giving people the best experience.
So something I really like about being a guide for Western is it's geared for families. If you come without a family, you end up being a family at the end of the trip.
The excitement of showing somebody something for the first time, is at the base of what it's all about.
My takeaway from being a guide is to love life, love the things around you, the outdoors, but never forget to love people.
There's just a passion for what we do.
It's taught me to work hard, to put my best effort into everything I do.
It's an amazing feeling to be able to share with people something that's changed your own life. And you bring down people down here and it changes their lives, and you grow a connection with them, and I don't know, this job's changed my life.
Biggest changes in my life have been made here in these canyons.
This is one of the greatest places on earth. Just because of the way it brings people together, and it gives you this bond that you don't find anywhere else. Because when you're down here on the river, everyone's equal. You're all out here ready to have an adventure, and so it doesn't matter if you are a congressman or an electrician. You're all on the same playing field, and it's a beautiful thing.
Each of us wear this shirt that says Western River Expeditions on it, on one side, and on the other it has your name. You get to decide what that name represents, and people remember you for that, and they remember what company you represent, but also what type of person, what qualities and values and beliefs that you represent as well.
With the caliber of guides that we have, I feel very lucky to be a part of it.
The quality of guides that we have working for us is outstanding. We provide the best trip in our type of trip, and we do it better than any other company. We don't do 21-day rowing trips. We don't row dories through the canyon. Everybody has their niche. But what we do, I think we do better than any other company. Absolutely, I believe that.